Hey, sis. Sometimes do you just you keep the peace so often and you try to make sure everybody is okay so much so that sometimes you have stopped noticing that you're abandoning yourself? Like you say yes and go along with things, or you just stay quiet even when something inside of you doesn't feel comfortable. And what happens is over time, that can leave you feeling like emotionally drained and possibly even resentful. Yep. Or you could feel like you're disconnected from yourself. If that's you, let's talk about why. Let's talk about why that happens. My name's Melinda. I'm a registered nurse, life coach, and mentor. And on our channel, we focus on faith, healing, and emotional wellness. At any time, if this message touches you and you feel led, like this is your vibe, feel free to subscribe and or give me a thumbs up to let me know that this message was on point for you or it touched you. Okay, so let's get back into it though, because let's talk about like why this happens. Okay, because there's something called like fawning, Fawning. It's called fawning. And what that is that it's actually like a stress response. And so what happens is when you have fawning is that instead of fighting or pulling away, you just adapt or become compliant. You just go along to get along, you just become compliant. And you try to stay safe by keeping things smooth. Just don't want no problems. You just want to just glide by and keep things smooth. And what happens is for many people, this pattern is started like early in life. Yeah, like in environments where you felt like you had to keep the peace and you felt like it felt safer to do that than expressing actually how you really felt. So what happened then was is that your body, it learned that, you know what, if I just go along to get along, I'll just be okay. And then over time what happened is that you learn how to keep other people comfortable. And even if it meant like disconnecting from yourself, you kept them comfortable, but you kind of disconnected from yourself. And so what happened is it's like over time that actually could come at a cost. Yep. Yep. Because what happens is that you then start to lose like connection, like with your own needs and your own voice and your own boundaries. You kind of disconnect from that. And then again, also it's not a weakness. It's just a coping mechanism, okay? It's like a survival type pattern. You're trying to survive. And what also is happening is your body's trying to protect you in a way that it actually learned to, which is just go along to get along. But the thing is that healing is learning that you can be safe without abandoning yourself. Yeah, you can be safe without abandoning yourself. You can be kind and still have boundaries. Okay? You can care about others but still honor yourself. And it's a process. Okay? And so you just have to do it like one step at a time. and just understand that you don't always have to just go along and get along, because like I said, if you do that, what'll happen is you'll slowly start losing pieces of yourself. You'll slowly start setting your boundaries down lower and lower and lower, because you're lowering the threshold now because you just want peace and get along. But then what could end up happening if you're not careful, while you're doing that and getting along, going along and get along, you can start building resentment too, because then it's like you're looking around at everybody else and everybody's la 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 and they're all happy and everybody else is comfortable, but you're not. Because why? Because you've just given in and you lost your peace in the process of giving in. So you can have boundaries. You can be happy and still have boundaries. You could still, have communication but still have boundaries. You could still, help people but still have boundaries without just like giving in. You still need to honor yourself, okay? Okay, because God wants you to be happy too. Like everybody deserves to be happy and to be in a healthy environment. And so if you're just giving and giving and giving and giving to the point to where you have emptied your cup, now you're not going to be able to give from an empty cup to yourself, because it's all depleted because you gave it to everyone else. And that's the learning lesson in all of this. Sometimes we are so giving and so understanding that we give to everybody else, and then you look back and next thing you're like, well, who's gonna lift me up? Who's gonna give me something when I need something? Who's gonna be here to catch me if I fall? Then that's where the resentment starts coming in, because you feel like, you've done everything for everybody else, and you've made sure that everybody else was comfortable and was happy, had all the tools, all the things that they needed. But then in the same breath, it's like when you need somebody or you need somebody to lean on, you feel like there's nobody here for you, and you feel like you're not getting what you gave. They're not putting out what you gave. But it's because you depleted yourself. You took it upon yourself to give, to the point of depletion. So you got to make sure, sis, that, or brother, whichever one is watching, that you make sure that you hold on to your peace. Okay? Because that's important too, because you matter. All right. So I hope this message helped you. And if it did, please like and subscribe. And as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness. All right. Have a great day. Bye.